Alright, today I thought we were going to talk about 10 books that I really want to read this year because I really want to start talking about books more and do book reviews and stuff like that. But this is not a TBR, it's not 10 books that I'm planning on reading like back to back within like the month. It's just basically 10 books that I really want to read before the end of the year. So let's get started with this list, shall we? First up, we have Insurgents by Veronica Roth, and I started this book before I watched the movie, but then I watched the movie. I was a bit about it, and I never picked up the book again. But I am 68 pages into it. I just want to finish this trilogy, so I need to continue on with the second book. Next up, we have the Scorch Trials by James Dashner, and I think we all know why I'm reading this. The movie comes out in September? I think so. I don't know. And I did enjoy the first book, even though I read it after I watched the movie, so I really kinda knew what was going to happen. But I really want to read the book before I watch the movie this time, so this is going to be picked up quite soon, I think. Next up, we have a book that I need to read like right now because the movie comes out very soon, and that is of course Paper Towns by John Green. I started this last summer. I got more than halfway through it and it put me in a reading slump. I don't really know why it put me in a reading slump because I did actually enjoy it, but I don't know. And even though I just have a little bit over 100 pages left, I just put it down and I never picked it up again. And the movie comes out and I need to finish it, so it's going to be picked up like very soon, like literally within the week. It's gonna be picked up again. Then we have The Goldfinch, I think it's called in English, by Donna Tartt. I really want to read this because I don't usually read these kinds of books. I have one other book in here that I'm like, I want to read that because I don't usually read that kind of books. And this is one of those. I've heard great things about it. I'm not that familiar with the plot. I know it has something to do with like a painting or something like that, and I'm really excited to get into it, even though it's huge. For me, it's huge. For some people, it might be like a children's book, I don't know, but for me it's huge. Now I have a book that I don't really know the English title to. I think it is The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden by Jonas Jonasson. This is his second book. He also wrote The 100-Year-Old Man Who Stepped Out the Window and Disappeared, and I love that book, and I borrowed this from my mom like 2 months ago and I haven't read it yet, and I don't think I'm gonna read it that soon either because me and the family is going away in September and I might bring this then, so I might just wait with reading this. I don't know yet, but it's still a book that I really want to read this year. And then we have a classic, and that is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and here we just take a second and appreciate this cover. I love these editions, but I really want to read this because I have heard great things about it and I have never read a F. Scott Fitzgerald book, and this has been on my shelf for like a year and a half now, so I really need to get to it. Next up, we have The Evolution of My Diary by Michelle Hawken, and I really want to read this because I read The Unbecoming of My Diary around Halloween last year, I think. So I think it's about time for me to pick up the second book because I loved the first one. I don't really know why I waited so long with picking this up. I need to finish this trilogy. And then we have A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and this is the first book in a Song of Ice and Fire series, I think. I don't know if it's called that. I think it's called that. And I really want to read this because it's Game of Thrones. I haven't read it. I love the show, but it's huge. I am so terrified of this book. I still want to read it, and Sean Bean is on the cover, and that's reason enough for me, so. And then we have End of Days of Susan E. This is the third book in the Penryn and the End of Days trilogy, I think it's called. This is the last book and I'm so excited. I have actually read a chapter in this when I got it, but I love this trilogy even though I haven't read the last one yet, and I'm so excited to pick this up like right now. And the last book is TheCuckoos Call by Robert Galbraith? I have no idea how to say this name, but I know that it's just basically J.K. Rowling under a different name. But I really want to read this because it's the same deal with the Goldfinch, because I don't usually read books like this, but I'm still very excited, so it's on the list. I have no idea how much you can see of this, but these are 10 books that I really want to read this year. So what do you want to read this year? Please tell me in the comment section down below, or have you read any of the books that I really want to read this year? Tell me what you think about it or them. And that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching. Be kind to one another and yourself, and I will see you in my next video. May the force be with you. Bye!